Hey guys, Steve Innes again. Only seen me about 10 minutes ago. Well, I'm going to do one more last video and then I'm going in to cook myself some pasta. Some seafood pasta. So seafood's all ready to go and I'm going to pop in and have a shower. But I decided, I call this Steve's Festool Shed Talk. Well, it's full of Festool, yeah, but I kind of just like talking shed talk, as in, if you came round, I'd sort of show you this or show you that if you're interested. And that's what I'm really kind of doing. It's just kind of showing you bits and pieces and all that. Because I reckon I got female genes because I'm never mind the ugliness. I mean, we're not talking about those sort of female genes, and I'm not that kind of way. But I guess it's the interior design of me. I like trinkets. I like shiny things. I would have made a good Indian. I would have traded half the land for a nice bit of shiny trinket. Or is it the other way around? Yeah, whatever. What the hell? So, measuring things. Now, I don't know what you guys have got in your shed, but I thought I'd just drag out a few of my measuring things because I've been cleaning up the place ready for my new, and I'll turn off the camera now for my head. And I've got to see there's a spot sitting there. It's like a cot for a new baby. That's where my new jet planer thicknesser is coming in a couple of days. So I've got it all ready to go. So there's its little spot. It's got its little base all ready to go. But never mind, that's something else. I'll do a review on that. Here's measuring things. This is some of the measuring things that I got, and I use them all the time. It's the good old Festool folding rule. I use this a real lot. Then of course there's the Festool tape. They're really good. This is a digital angle. An angle. Yeah. It's an angle set square. This is what happens when you don't videotape this stuff. I get tongue-tied. This is actually a slider. Now I think I actually might put the camera back on the stand because it's hard to show the things at the same time deal with things. So you're going to have to bear with my beautiful roof. And I'm going to flick that around. I'll flick it around like that. Hey, the magic of television. Now, this is the Woodpecker Paolini pocket rule. Now, I don't know, they kind of raved about this guy, Paolini, come up with this great invention, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, you can take this thing out here and you can slip it through here, slip it through there, and because I've not done this part before, I'm going to get rid of the flaring, yeah. And it's supposed to, no, I got it wrong. It's supposed to hook down somehow. Man, I don't even know how to do the damn thing. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty useless. Anyway, this is from like Woodpecker. I don't think it's allowed to crash hot, In fact, I'm sick of trying to put it together. Look, it's all right. I find the problem with it is not only trying to get it back together again, that's a problem in itself. Finally get it together. Okay, you got two little thumb screws that lock it in here. But I must say, when you're sliding it up and down on your timber, it tends to rock back and forward too much because it's too shallow of a thing. So I kind of use this as a secondary thing, and yet it was damn expensive because it's made out of good quality materials, but I was quite disappointed with that. Then I've got my Groz Engineering family. There's a big baby, there's a little baby, and there's a little tiny baby. These are really good. These are really handy because they're the engineering quality, and so they're spot on. They're apparently squareness of 0.00000063 inches, or near enough to being square, I would think. Square enough for me, square enough for woodwork. Then I've got this little cheap kind of things just to have in my pocket if I'm at sort of wood yards and want to check out some basic sort of sizes. That's kind of good because if I lose it, it doesn't matter. It's only about, you know, $4 or $5. I've actually got this, which is the Vernon. I think there's something they call them Vernon. I don't know. I'm never familiar with all the names of these things. But this is great. I really like this one because it actually, you can see all the indents. This one's pretty accurate to what I like it. All the digital ones really annoy the hell out of me because the batteries go flat every time you want to use them. This is definitely one of my favourites, the Kreg one. Kreg one's well thought out. It's really simple to use. If you completely unscrew it, you can, yeah, that's right up this end. So you can turn it around so it's not only a story stick or a measuring stick, but it is a square also. So yeah, see, it's like a square, and you've got a you know, obviously a little self-leveling bubble inside it. But yeah, these are great. I've got a couple of them because sometimes when you're doing things, you have a couple of measurements that you're sometimes doing. You know, you're coming in so much from one side and so much from another side. But this is, I really like it. Simple. It was pretty cheap. Yeah, I'm happy with that one. I'm happier with this than I am with that. And I reckon that was about 4 times the price of what this is. I'd rather have 4 of them than 1 of them. Then, this is pretty good. This is a pretty good unit for getting angles. Doing all your angles. It's pretty accurate when you go right in there. All the little markings in there. They're really quite fine. So this one's not too bad. I've used this quite a fair bit. This is a really good. I can't even remember where I picked this one up, but this is it's very hard to sort of see. Can I get? You can see all the ingredients. It's got really fine markings on it, which is great to see for accuracy, and it's really solid. You know, it weighs a fair bit. It's about 3 millimeters thick, and it's like stainless steel, and it's got a wider. It's got a wider throat here if you want to run it along the edge. This is a beauty. This goes up to, you know, 12 inches or 30 centimeters, so that's great. Now, I've got my little one which I carry around. I've got my normal tongue-tied on that one. I've got my normal one of those. And then, of course, I got the Papa Bear one. Have a look at this baby. Is this sensational or what? Look at that. That's a big kahuna. Look, you want to find out how thick the timber is? Oh, geez, it's about, I don't know, about 500 millimeters. And it's got little steps in the top there. And it's great. I really like it. It's really comes in handy, this one. But gee, ain't it a big baby? Look at this. It's actually, it's 600 millimeters long. So, then, this is always my go-to, if I can pick it up. My regular ruler, inches one side, millimeters the other, nice and sharp. Always a good standby. You know, you can't beat them. I've got a whole range of them going from 150 millimeters, 300 millimeters, 450 millimeters, 600 millimeters, and 1200 millimeters. And the whole range of steel rulers, and I'm sure most of you guys do have them, but aren't they great? Then I bought this ages ago. I must say I haven't hardly used it, but boy, this is accurate. This is the Incra rules. Now, it goes down to like, man, oh man, it goes down to like a 0.5 millimeter. Oh wow, look at these ones that even goes down to such fine like holes. And you put your pencil in it, in the hole, and it's absolutely supremely accurate. I mean, it's so accurate, it's ridiculous. Look, it's pretty good. And you can sort of, you put your pencil in, and you can slide up and down your timber. Like if I can find a piece of timber, I've cleaned up the place too much. So if I've got a bit of timber, like so, and I'll put it here. Whoops, oh, that's really flaring, isn't it? See if I can, that's better. So I put my pencil in whatever mark that I want, and the pencil stays locked in as you slide up and down. It's really accurate, this thing. Yeah, it's thick. So there's only a couple more things to go. I like this. I use on my router. This is a beauty because you can actually set the top of your router, and you're not relying on the digital thing again, and you can dial it right in again. The lines are really, really fine. Fantastic for when you sort of got your router bit in, you sort of adjust the height of your router bit when your router bit's in the table. So look, it's probably a cheap unit, but I think it's a beauty. It works fabulously. I've got this Wixie one, which does the same sort of principle of up and down. Nah, I haven't used it all that much. It's probably, maybe because it's plastic or something. And these digital things, see, you watch, I'll turn it on. You look, turn it on, battery's gone flat. Man, oh man, this is a beauty. I have learnt my lesson with this one. This is the little Wixie, the Wixie angle thing. This is great for setting all your saws and everything like that, so everything's nice and square. This is fabulous. But I'm smart. I take the battery out. And by taking the battery out, it doesn't go flat. So that's probably what I've got to do with all my other things. But it makes it easy because it's in a little pouch. And I just push the battery in the pouch. So, that's just a little segment on, whoa, the colour I've turned. That's better. I'm better to look old and grey rather than pink and look like I've been running around the block. Heaven forbid. Why would I want to do that? Yeah, so it's, these are some of the things that I measure with. Oh, of course, there's one thing I did forget. Oh, what was they? What do the Apple say? And just another thing or something like that is, this is the Woodpecker story rule system. This is the standard Woodpecker story ruler. You can get longer versions or shorter versions. You got little bars inside here where you can actually join the lengths together. Now this was their standard one that they had, and it's okay, and it's good for certain things, but I'll show you something. Now this is Woodpecker. They designed this, whoops, if I can sink it in camera. They designed this so you sat it on the very end of your, board here, and sat the plastic bit on top like that. Now, that's great in one way, but it's not so good in another. Now, I'll move some of these things aside. Put the board down. Okay. Now put the board down. I'll get rid of the flaring. Yeah. So, this was designed to sit along the board here. So you went along with your pencil. I like these clutch pencils. It's a 0.7, I think. No, it's a 0.9. Yeah, I like this one. Okay, so the whole idea is you'd go along and you'd have your inferences all marked on. But when you got up to here and you wanted to get somewhere in the middle, well, it didn't deal with it because now this is sitting up off the bench, so you can't hit it. So I redesigned it and did a 3D and sent it to woodpeckers to see whether they'd make them. 2 years later, whoops, two years later, I see them come on the market. Now, I sent them 3Ds, fully rendered, everything like that, so nothing to the imagination. And this is what they produced. They produced exactly what I did. And that was just a simple little block that went down past the bottom of the level, so it hooked up on the end like a T-square. And these here now referenced a flat surface. So if we come back to here and look again, as I run it along, now I can reference anywhere in the middle of what I'm doing. So if I have what you do is you have a series of these along here. I've got a series of them in a box over there. But you just mark it off. And the best part about it is because you can take the reference from this side, or turn it around. So it's really just a story stick at the end of the day. But they had never thought of that. This one was only good for doing on the very edge. This one here can also do the edge as well as in the centre. So I spoke to our friends at Woodpecker via an email, and their answer was, oh, we'd been thinking about something like that ourselves, but if you like, we'll send you a free one, the whole free kit, and that's up to 72 inches long or something. So they said, if I pay the freight, well, I wanted one. I guess because I was intrigued that I invented it, and they haven't acknowledged it. And I suppose I could have taken it up further if I wanted to, but well, I got a story stick out of it for free, and I had to pay the freightage. Can you believe it, paying the freightage? You know, if I was in America, I probably would have sued them for copyright. Oh well, never mind. I'm not in the business of hate. So yeah, look, these are some of my these measuring things. My story stick is a bloody ripper because you can join it. That's right. It was part of, they hadn't had it. They didn't design it so you could join it. I even designed it so it had the little joiners in them. They didn't even think of that. So my concept was you can join it so you can do a whole 8 foot by 4 foot sheet. But even then, they didn't really execute it that well. I think this is a bit dodgy. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a bit of a, it's not very well made. And again, you know, when you're trying to use it as a set square or a rule like that, you want a wider base here so you don't get too much twist, because twist will cause you inaccuracies. But anyway, that's my outtake on some measuring devices. I'll go back inside now and cook myself some pasta, have a glass of wine, and kick back. Okay, see you guys.